What's up, YouTube family? It's your boy Clam and your girl
Shan.
And we're going to get
And
into some Donald Trump on the FBI and corruption in D.C. I think this kind of falls with the raid,
happened.
what just happened. He was talking about the corruption of the FBI. So I think that kind of roughed up some feathers.
A lot of people the wrong way.
Yeah,
It ruffled a lot of feathers.
Man.
This was done. It says it was done in April 2022. So yeah, he done ruffled some feathers. I
think
Trump,
in every
that's what
Justice
he did.
Department you do have some bad apples. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I don't know. We'll never know the full details of why the FBI did this, but maybe it was some stuff that the FBI didn't want to get out. You know what I'm saying? Some bad apples. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't want no one to know about it because Trump gonna keep it real. That's the bottom line. So, but other than that, let's get into this thing, see what Candace and Mr. Trump is talking about.
All right.
There does seem to be this double standard, and especially as I lived in D.C. during this, and I was sort of shocked to see, first off, our city burned for 6 weeks because of George Floyd protests. Nobody ever called that an insurrection. Right. But I'm particularly interested in this Department of Justice piece because we then found out also a few months earlier, we were told that MAGA supporters tried to kill Gretchen Whitmer. And actually, BuzzFeed, very left-leaning publication, came out and said, no, actually, this was FBI entrapment. FBI plotted this. They looped in MAGA supporters, and they then said MAGA supporters plotted this. So there's a lot of question marks right now, I think, for people involved on both sides of the spectrum. How involved is our Department of Justice in these events that they tell us are acts of domestic terrorism? And in a Trump 2024 scenario, how do you address that as the President of the United States?
So I watched that a little bit, and I said, that's a strange deal going on with the kidnapping of the governor. And it's got some weird answers coming out, so I assume we're going to find out at least something about what happened. Right. It all started when I said, somebody's spying on my campaign. Do you remember that? I put it out very innocently. And I actually said, I think that Obama is spying on my campaign. I turned out to be right. That was right. And then we've caught him. And now let's see what happens with all of these people that got caught, whether it's Durham, and what happened and what came out of there so far. Hopefully that's just very preliminary. But even if you take a look preliminarily, that's a terrible thing that happened. They made up Russia. It was all a hoax. Think of it. They're after people to put them in jail, and yet they know they made up a hoax. So they want to put people in jail for a hoax that they made up.
But here's the thing, our Department of Justice is implicit in all of this, right? The FISA warrant, that is not a warrant that should have ever been granted. So this is why I'm hitting at this, because we're recognizing now that the corruption that we're talking about, maybe we thought it was surface when you got elected. Yeah. Now we're realizing that it runs much deeper.
Yes.
Deep-seated.
And much worse than we ever thought it was. And how do we get the Americans to feel that faith has been restored in these institutions under your leadership?
Well, when you look at things, how about the fourth man in the Department of Justice? His wife is working for Fusion GPS, writing bad stuff. And you say, what's going on there? There's so many different things, and it's very deep. They say deep state. I don't want to call it any specific name, because when you say deep state, they say you're a
conspiracy theorist. Yeah.
Conspiracy theorist. And I say, well, that's a little bit too bad. No, you have many, many things, and this is years and years of people being embedded through different presidents. Clinton, Bush. Look, you say some of these people from the Bush administration are almost worse than Democrats. I don't know if you know that, but I think you do.
I do.
Some of them, and you least suspect it. So in a way, you don't have your guard up quite as much. But we have some real bad people. We also have some very good people, in all fairness. We have some great people that hate what's going on, and they do things about what's going on. But I will say this. We were cleaning things up, and we were cleaning them up at a rapid pace.
Thanks for joining me on this segment of Candace. If you liked this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel and ring the bell to get notifications on new videos. To watch or listen to the full show, become a member at dailywire.com/subscribe.
Man, that is crazy, man. Wow.
But it's just
I think that, sorry to cut you off, but it's like
a house?
People don't want to be exposed, man. Trump came in, it's like, man, this man's a risk, man. He may expose us, man. So, he don't know how to keep his lips closed, it's like every December, I don't know, every time they have a gathering, there's white envelopes being passed out. you know, in the envelopes there's money. You know that's hush money, and there's money if you're doing for me a favor. Hey, I appreciate that, man. You know the hush money. Hey, man, listen, man, I'm gonna eat this right here, man. Just don't. Hey, we cool. As long as you give me the hush money, we good. So with Trump, he can't be bought. One thing about him, he gonna tell the truth. He's not gonna hold nothing back. No. And I think that as if people sit in these high places, you owe the Americans the respect to give them the truth. And
but they think they're untouchable because they're so high up. Yeah. But at the same time, they got in these positions because of the American people. But my thing is, I mean, I think you said it before, right is right and wrong is wrong. And I like what he said, they hate what's going on, but they want to do something about it. I mean, what are we going to do what are we going to do about what's going on now? What are we going to do about what may come up the next generation?
Man, the next video we're finna do is about raiding Trump house. I'm just trying to figure out.
Because
normally they supposed to give the president CIA, I believe, people
Secret Service,
whatever, to
protect them.
How?
Exactly.
The Secret Service ain't know the FBI was coming.
I don't know. Like these,
come on,
I
man.
don't know.
They just let them in the gate.
Yeah, I mean, but
I would think that it should be something saying, y'all ain't coming in here.
My thing is, okay, you don't.
I ain't never seen. Hold on, I ain't never seen one president
had it done.
had their house raided.
Mm-hmm. But you're gonna do what you can. Okay, so the insurrection happened in January 6th. Okay, so that case isn't going as well as they thought. So now this right here is happening. I don't understand what's going on because it's just getting to where they're making it, I guess, okay, we're going to keep where we have a Democrat as a president as opposed to a Republican as a president. And we definitely don't want Trump back. But they're going to do all they can
they
to not.
They definitely don't want Trump back? Okay.
Yeah, it's like anything and everything is going to be done for him to not be put back in the seat.
I don't think that man want to be in the seat, tell you the truth. He want the right person in the seat.
But he wants the right. We need the right person in the seat, whether it's Trump, another Republican, or somebody who's going to do for the American people what needs to be done.
I think everybody that sit in the presidency seat, it's like every time they come out of that seat, their hair turn white. They ain't gotta use no dye. They have gray hair. Every individual that came out of that chair has gray hair.
Maybe that's a good thing.
That's not a good thing, man.
Maybe that's
1 year they have gray hair.
Well, that they use the right chemicals in their head. That's what that is. They let it get gray too long.
But I just don't understand how they rate.
I don't understand how they rated that.
That man house.
All I know is that this right here needs to happen. We need a president that's for the United States people and not worried about the next dollar or what he's going to get his next white envelope from.
The president that can't be controlled.
The next president does not need to worry about that white envelope.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see.
For the people, if not, bye. Bye, boy. Get on. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you guys
later. YouTube family, we love you guys. Peace.